Growing up, I had a pretty normal life. Grew up in a Christian household, raised by good Christian parents. Was in church all the way up through high school years. I tried to play every sport that was in season at that time. And then I never really had to deal with loss until it was probably about my senior year. I was in the recruiting process for baseball. My grandfather was probably my biggest supporter at the time. He's one of my best friends, and I remember him telling me, I'll watch you play until I'm not here on earth anymore, and then I'll still be watching you. And I never really took it to heart until during the middle of my senior year of baseball that he got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. It was right before the season started. He went into surgery, and they said they've removed all the cancer and he was going to make a full recovery. So I went through, finished playing my senior year of baseball. I committed to play baseball at Spalding University in Louisville. And I was getting ready to go off to college. It was probably about the middle of June. And the doctors called because he had been having some more stomach pains, and they said the cancer was back and they gave him about 2 months to live. I still remember where I was when my mom and dad told me the news that the doctor just shared with them. I remember becoming really angry at God right away because I felt like he had given me a false sense of hope that my grandfather would get to see me play college baseball because I knew that was a big milestone in my life, and I knew he wanted to be there to share it with me. So I immediately became really angry with God, and my grandpa ended up only making it about 2 more weeks after that day, so I didn't get much time to spend with him. And that was really the first time I dealt with loss anywhere close to me at all in my whole life. So I get up to school, I'm playing baseball in the fall, and I sustain an injury, and I get prescribed some prescription painkillers. And I guess during that time, because I wasn't able to play for a while and I was away from my family, and I guess I'd never really gotten over my grandfather's loss, that I became really depressed, and I began abusing the prescription painkillers. And I kept using and using and using. I just kept getting refills from the doctor saying that the injury hadn't healed when it had. And it got to the point where on several occasions at night I planned on taking my own life, and I would go to bed and not want to wake up. And I don't really know why I didn't to this day, except for my family. My mom and dad were always there, and I think they knew that stuff was going on with me, and they would make a lot of trips up to Louisville to spend time with me and try to get me through it. So I ended up playing that year. It was a good year. We had a good run. And I really just didn't have the drive to play baseball anymore after that, so I decided to move back home and just start working and continue going to school at a local community college. And I was working a youth retreat one weekend with my church, and that's where I really felt the call to ministry on my heart. And but I knew first I had to get some things right between myself and God. So I really started praying a lot and really opened myself up to God and let Him work through me. And He's opened a lot of doors for me since I made that decision. I've now became an assistant to the children's pastor at our church, and God really blessed me by putting her in my life. She's pretty much one of my best friends, and I really look at her like an older sister that I never really had. I don't think she'll ever really know what her and her family have meant for my life. It really brought me a long way. Outside of my family, they're probably the closest thing I've got to a real family, and I'll be forever indebted to them for that. But I'm really excited for the avenues that God's opened up for my life. I'm really excited for the degree that I'm going to be getting in children's ministry, and to hopefully be working one day with some children that I get to have my own ministry with them.